What is up, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode, but not really, of our 60 journey. My name is Lucas, and I'm here to help us build healthy relationships. So I had this brilliant idea. Some people have told me that sometimes videos get too long and they want them shorter, and other people told me, oh my God, I love your long videos. So I had this beautiful solution. So generally what happens is I'll get notes on what I'm going to do. It's usually smaller than my last one, but this last one was a huge topic. It ended up being a 30-minute video. And I realized that sometimes these videos kind of sound like a ramble. So I came up with this really clever idea called the Ramble recap video. And what it's going to do is give you all the lessons and all the energy and all the wisdom that came from that video, but in a very short video. And I spent a minute explaining. I'm hoping to get done in 5. So this Ramble recap is about codependency. So first of all, how do we define codependency? Codependency is having a need to sacrifice your needs, wants, and desires for other people. You put other people ahead of yourself. And it might be altruistic, it might not, but if you're doing it and they're not giving back to you and you build any sort of negative emotion, resent, frustration, disappointment, letdown, all because you gave and they didn't, codependency. Second one is a need to constantly save people who go out of their way to teach and inform everyone everything they know all the time. I feel like that manifests both for like people that, like when you're sitting there and you're talking to someone and they say something and it's not really how you would say it, like the verbiage wasn't right, the grammar wasn't right, correcting them, and if they don't care, getting upset, codependency. Now, that's the psychological definition of what's going on. Energetically, it is the yellow chakra being out of alignment and having a sense of the will and the center of power outside of the self, not taking care of the yellow chakra and giving self-care. Now, what are some of the signs of codependence? 1, you have a need to control other people, and if you don't get what you want, you get upset. 2, you deal with feelings of stress and anxiety around feeling powerless, like you don't have enough control again or power over your life and circumstance. You go with the flow. 3, you have a need to be needed. When you're not needed or cared for and there's no one like that you need to take care of, all of a sudden you feel like you have no life, no purpose. Codependency. Number 4 is fear of abandonment. That if anyone leaves you, the world's going to end. You're never going to grow up again. Like the world will just crush. Codependency. Number 5 is you lack boundaries. Or you know your boundaries and you're familiar with what they should be, but you don't have the power to enforce them. Codependency. Number 6, last one, is unprocessed and unhealed trauma throughout your life. Usually it comes from childhood, but it can come from adulthood too. Like if you have really bad relationships, that causes trauma. But those bad relationships were probably centered around the fact that you had bad relationships in your childhood. Again, all leading to codependency. The leading cause of this is childhood trauma through neglect, through abuse, and this can be any kind of way. Okay, you can be neglected emotionally, financially, physically, with like your physical needs, like even just food. They didn't feed you enough, or they forced food into your mouth you didn't want. Codependency. And the second one is taking on roles at a very young age where you're basically the adult and you situate your self-worth, your self-deservingness, how much you love yourself and believe in yourself is centered around you taking care of this person. And as long as you take care of this person, they're happy, you're happy, leads to codependency. The things that came up for the healing, I'm going to give really, really quickly, was to examine all your relationships, both current and past, find out where these things pop up, and then after that, empowering the lower energy centers. Red, orange, and yellow, stability, creativity, and willpower. Basic definition of those 3. When those 3 things are out of balance, you're out of balance. And if you're not in balance and you're not creating your own energy, you're going to go out and reach for other people. And the reason why this is so bad is because as a codependent, you never, ever fully come online here. Your sense of worth and your belief in yourself and your love and your care that you give yourself will never be centered around you to recharge you, to revitalize you, to rejuvenate you, as long as you're externalizing your sense of belonging. So that's it. Ramble recap. Took about 4 minutes. How fantastic. All right, guys, hit subscribe, notification settings on, like it for me and like it for yourself and like it for your friends and share it with your friends. Talk to you guys later.